Europe, 1933. In Germany, Hitler has risen to power and become Chancellor and dictator. In October, Hitler withdraws Germany from the League of Nations and Geneva Disarmament Conference. The groundwork for the Nazi war machine has been laid. In Great Britain, Prime Minister Stanley Baldwin holds on desperately to talks with Germany of continued peace. The very thought of another war is too incomprehensible. August 2nd, 1934. Hindenburg dies and Hitler becomes Supreme Chancellor of the Armed Forces. Hitler now has all of Germany's might at his disposal and the means to expand it. February 23rd, 1935. Mussolini invades Ethiopia and her surrounding territories. The League of Nations proves powerless to stop him. They try to implement mild sanctions of oil, but these will only last a little over a year. March 1st, Hitler annexes the Saarland, originally separated from Germany at the end of the First World War by the Allies. Great Britain and France turn a blind eye and adopt a policy of appeasement in the hopes that Hitler will stop his expansive stance. Stanley Baldwin is re-elected and continues to choose negotiation over confrontation. All seems calm until as Hitler gives a speech to the Reichstag on March 17, 1936, German troops cross the Hohenzollern Bridge in Cologne and begin the reoccupation of the Rhineland. July 4th, the League of Nations discontinues sanctions against Italy. The League of Nations is truly dead. 3 months later, Hitler and Mussolini announce the Rome-Berlin Axis. The two dictators are now more powerful than before. 28th May, 1937. Neville Chamberlain replaces Stanley Baldwin as the British Prime Minister. However, British foreign policy does not change. Chamberlain continues to appease Hitler, believing that Germany was unfairly treated at the end of the First World War. March 12, 1938. Hitler annexes Austria. Hitler then eyes the Sudetenland in Czechoslovakia. Hitler and Mussolini meet with Chamberlain and French Premier Édouard Daladier on September 29th in Munich to decide the fate of the Sudetenland. Chamberlain and Daladier concede and transfer the Sudetenland to Germany, and the Munich Pact is signed. Chamberlain returns to Great Britain as a savior of peace, and the Sudetenland becomes another nation crushed under the iron boot of the Nazis.
We regard the agreement signed last night and the Anglo-German naval agreement as symbolic of the desire of our two peoples never to go to war with one another again.
Politicians such as Winston Churchill and Anthony Eden openly oppose the Munich Pact, saying that Britain has acted dishonorably and has now lost the support of the Czech army, one of the finest in Europe. In October, Hitler invades the Sudetenland. It is what Hitler does next that makes Chamberlain realize he is a man who cannot be trusted. In March 1939, Hitler invades the rest of Czechoslovakia, thus breaking the Munich Pact. Appeasement has come to an end. With Germany eyeing the Polish port of Danzig, Chamberlain and Daladier on March 31st confirm their pledge to defend Poland should she be attacked. Great Britain, her Commonwealth and France hold their collective breath, hoping Hitler and Mussolini will stop their conquest of Europe. They do not. On April 7th, Mussolini invades Albania. Britain's growing concerns over Germany and Italy lead it to introduce conscription on April 26th. Furthermore, on August 31st, the Royal Navy is mobilized, and the British Expeditionary Force now in France is also beginning to mobilize. Rumors are now coming from Europe that Hitler's armies are gearing up for another invasion. All fingers are pointing to Poland.